language, the spiritual treasury of the people. It embodies its history, culture, traditions, and customs. Creating it for centuries, people amassed this wealth and inherited, first orally and later in writing. Today in books keep the whole wisdom of the ancestors. To them comes an upbringing of the younger generation. Therefore, in every culture, works for children and youth are of particular importance. In Kazakhstan, children's literature is now at the stage of active development. There are new authors, honored writers, and poets who publish their works. One of these, Tolenbek Abdurrahim, famous writer who has released 9 collections, 6 of which are dedicated to young readers.
Бүгінге дейін яғни 127 балаларға арналған
127 children's stories, 3 novels, and more than 20 fairy tales. I also write for school books. This year I wrote stories for the first graders. It is now out in the textbooks, and for children from 2 to 4th grades. Recently, with the Society of Authors, I was called and offered to include another 3 stories, so it's like a Society of Authors, children. Works for children is an independent formation of literary creativity. It often happens that the books of childhood determine our views and values of the person, on his life, form his character, experts say. The writer has no doubt about it. He's proud that he wrote it for an audience of children.
Сондықтан біз балаларды ала алмаймыз. Әсіресе балаларды. Жас оқырманды алдай алмаймыз. Қазақта мақал бар ғой.
They cannot be fooled, especially children. Young readers cannot be fooled. The Kazakhs have a proverb. It is better to give 1 child 100 adults, because children, especially young primary school children, like a clean piece of paper. Only adults change like a chameleon, depending on the society, from the family, but children do not change, they stay true. Writer Daria Zhumagildinova originally decided to write for children only. She loves them with all her heart, and young readers meet her affection, especially because she writes contemporary tales.
Я написала очень много сказок.
I wrote a lot of stories. I wrote a fairy tale looking at the children, because I see that parents are suffering, they do not want to read. And here I have a tale about a boy Cloud, how a boy turned into Cloud. He did not want to read books, he poorly studied at school. And the boy becomes a very positive character. My fairy tales are compared with European fairy tales. So through their works, Kazakhstan authors instill in children a love for reading. Although in the digital world it is not an easy task, but our writers are not going to give up.
Оған дәлеліміз күн сайын ақпараттық, технологиялық өзгерістердің болуы, өмірімізге электронды
Every day there are changes, information, technology. In our life, we entered the world of electronics. Due to this, people parted from the books. But I cannot say that they stopped reading altogether. Today, the Kazakh literature has its own readers. Since the independence of the country for 25 years, writers, poets, despite all of the difficulties, have been forced to write their thoughts, feelings, laid on paper and brought us a beautiful work. If that is not done, then the position as a writer would disappear. Marjan Yershu herself, a true connoisseur of literature, candidate of philosophical sciences, not only a poet but also a translator, she makes available to Kazakhstan readers, for example, Turkish authors. She admits they have a lot to offer for us to learn. Now people read less books than ever before. It is a problem not only in Kazakhstan, it is a problem all over the world. To generate interest in books, various measures are taken. But what are the ways to motivate young people for books? For example, Orhan Pamuk, in order to interest readers, gathered people from the world of the novel and opened a museum in Istanbul. And in each of his books, he has a complimentary ticket to the museum. And this propaganda of books really works, says the poet. New authors are growing up on the books. For example, Ayjan. She recently released her first collection of poems.
Менің оқырмандарымда тек мен лирикалық бағытта көбірек жазамын. Басым эпикадан гөрі лирикалық бағытта жазамын. Осы бірінші кітабыма да.
For my readers, I write more in the lyrical direction than in the epic. Why this book includes lyric poetry? Because my readers are mostly young people. This means a new generation of readers and writers is growing up in Kazakhstan. Children and youth authors have an audience to work for.